Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to load your FSC and T15 mags. And I know most of you are just like, why do you need to do a video on this? This is super easy. And that's kind of what I thought as well, but apparently some people still manage to mess it up. So, you know, for those of you that have like just picked up one of these markers and you absolutely don't know what you're doing, I'm going to show you how to do it properly. Super easy, not a big deal at all. For the FSC, first thing you're going to want to do is put your 8 gram in. Now, when you get these mags, you will probably have to back off this little CO2 thingy. So you're going to unscrew it like that, and then you actually fold that tab out, and that makes it easier to screw in. Once you got this, you're going to put the thin part of the 8 gram into the top of the mag. Hold it in place and just screw this until you hear it engage. You're going to hear a little bit of a click, or not a click, but a hiss, and then you just want to keep going until the hiss goes away. You hear that little hiss? If you didn't, just trust me, it was there. Once that's done, you can just fold that little tab in, and that way it's not sticking out. At this point, you want to pull down on the follower by grabbing the 2 tabs on the side, and you actually just rotate it a bit to notch those tabs into the little slot, and that's going to hold your follower down. That way you're not fighting against the spring while you do it. Then you're just going to grab your first strikes or paintballs, whatever you're loading, and you're just going to pop them in. It's a little bit easier to pop them in if you pull back on this bar right here. This is just the retainer. So if you pull back on the bar, you don't have to fight against that as well. And then you're just going to pop them in like that. Holds 6. And then there you go, you're done. That's it. You can leave the follower engaged like that because once you actually put it in the marker, the follower automatically gets pushed out of place, and then it's going to start pushing the paintballs up. If you want, you can engage the follower. It really doesn't matter with first strikes. With round balls, it absolutely does matter though. If you're loading round ball in here, keep this follower in those little tabs. That way the spring tension isn't dimpling the balls while they're in the mag. But yeah, that's it. That's how you load an FSC mag. Super easy, not a big deal at all. If you didn't know, now you know. Moving on, we're gonna do the T15 mag. Now for this one, it does have a little winder on it. You're going to want to wind it first. And it's really important, don't overdo it. You're going to basically feel it essentially there. It just hit something and stopped. You really don't want to try and force it. You can actually damage the winder. You don't want to do that one bit. At that point, you can just start loading your rounds in. To do that, there's a little tab right here. Pull back on the tab, and that way it just keeps it out of the way. And make sure, especially, well, I mean, with round ball it doesn't matter, but with first strikes, make sure you're orienting them properly. There is a way you can do this wrong. They will fit like down like that or up like that. If you do that, you're going to cause problems, needless to say. So just make sure they're oriented properly. Drop them in and repeat the process for a while. It may seem slow and tedious right now. Normally, the way I do it is I just have a handful and I just kind of pop them in like this, but you can't really see that very well on video, so I'm going to do it the slow way. And you're going to get to a point, whoops, where they actually start to get close to the top. And once they get close to the top, you want to take your finger and just shove them down like that. You're going to actually push them past the curve of the magazine and then keep going until they get close to the top again. And then once you push down and they don't move anymore, they're all the way in, and then get your last one in and just make sure that when this little tab goes forward, that it's not hitting the edge of the round, that it goes over the round. Now, with round ball, you're done. You don't want to do anything else. It's loaded, it's ready to rock. Once you put it in the marker, that's what's going to engage the follower. Now with first strikes, what I would recommend, it's not a huge deal, but I would recommend it. Once they're in there, hit this button. That's actually going to engage the magazine, and the follower's already pushing down on it. The benefit of this is now your magazine doesn't rattle. So it's not a huge rattle, but to give you an idea. You hear that? Now, if you're carrying like 6 of these and you're trying to be sneaky and they're all going like this, you're not going to be so sneaky. So if you engage it, They don't make any noise, and that way you are still at maximum sneakiness. And yeah, that's it. Like I said before, if you're using paintballs, not first strike rounds, do not pre-engage the magazine because, again, you don't want the spring tension to dimple all your paintballs. That's bad. But with first strikes, they're not going to dimple, so you can go ahead and engage it, and that way your mags are nice and quiet. But yeah. Very straightforward, not a big deal at all. I hope that was helpful for at least a few of you. I know most of you are just like, yeah, I know this. Like, this is not news to me, but if it helps even a couple people, then it was worth it. But yeah, if you guys got any other suggestions for things that, like, no offense, seem like they should be pretty straightforward, but you'd still like to see them demonstrated anyway, no judgment here. I will totally demonstrate it. I do not mind at all. Let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching.